Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Okay, as usual, all kinds of things floating around in the dinar community and the so-called bond community. And now you got these fake-ass notes going around here. You guys, it doesn't take very much to just do a little research. Although they are collectible and they're beautiful, you got to remember that most of these are not real. Let's go ahead and get into this. I just want to give everybody a quick reminder. You can go over to Pimpy's News Network. It is free for everybody. Everybody has access to the videos that are on the website. Before we get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, head on over to our friends at Miles Franklin. The link will be down below in the description. When you make your purchase, make sure you use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they'll take care of you. If you have any additional questions, you can reach us over here at this phone number or over here at this particular email. For all orders over $10,000, reach out by email and we'll make sure that you get a great deal. So come on over to Miles Franklin and add to your precious metal inventory. Well, like Melanie Hines, if there's any way to rip people off of money and commit fraud, they'll find a way to do it. Somebody sent me a link to this group here saying, look, here's your Chinese bonds right here. I say, yeah, what makes you think they're real? Well, this passcode, letter of authenticity. Okay, just because they have a letter of authenticity, you guys, you still need to be careful. I scrolled down in that group and I came across things like this. This weekend, join us June the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Over here in Mexico, we invite you to this great event. This will be a national and international exhibitor. Topics related to new 5D life, healthy eating, change of consciousness, cities of light, eco villages, humanitarian projects, Gesera redemption, meditation, healing. Now, look, some of this I actually like. If they're going to teach people about healthy eating, the change of consciousness, any way like that to bring good health to you, I'm all for it. Really, I am. But when you start talking about Gesera redemption, 5D life and crap like that, that's getting way carried away. Still going down those hokey pokey roads. And here's all their speakers. So see, it's not just in America. They got these wackadoodles all over the place. But in that group, I did notice that they had the same bonds that were being spoken about before. These governmental Republic of China bonds. And they come with these certificates of authenticity. This is the certificate of authenticity, PASCO, Professional Authentication Services and Standard Company. And you go in here and they give you a description of the bond. And they're telling you that it's been authenticated, it's legit. So it says for sale. They have these 1920 bonds in here with the certificates from PASCO, 100% guaranteed. And then they describe them in here. For sale, Government of Republic of China Treasury Bond, 8% interest. Talks about the railway. The 500 Bulgarian francs, 1920, also known as the Super Pet Chili from 1920. 100% guaranteed, authenticated. Only private sale to private investors. That's how they're pushing this. And this is on LinkedIn. Only private sale to private investors. This tactic is used to try to make it look like you're really dealing with something of value. It's fake. No PPP or platform. Only private buyers. Ooh, they're trying to make it look like this has got to be big. It's only going to go to private investors. I don't accept millions, no billions. Never heard of anybody who does not accept money for their sale. This makes it look really good. Hey, this guy's being offered millions and billions. No, they're not. They're full of crap. I don't provide KYC, no CIS numbers. It goes on and on and on. It makes it look like this is real official, that they only want to deal with big timers. These are PASCO authentic bonds. There's a lot of them out there that have been authenticated as legit. Just because they're legit doesn't mean they're worth any legitimate money. Here's the Government of Republic of China bonds. See them? Guess what? They're real. They're legit. But there's a history behind these bonds and why it is that there's so many of them out there and nobody's been able to redeem. Heck, you can go on eBay and buy them. And look, they still have the redemption certificates right next to them. Original bond, Republic of China. Nominal, $1,000, China, 1937. Here's a serial number. The other one wouldn't give you a serial number, but this person is. Status, not canceled. Sounds legit. Coupons, yes. Condition, fine. American Banknote Company. This item is listed for collection purposes. Not redemption purpose, not investment purpose, for collection. For people who are into collecting historical bonds. You can buy them here. And that's exactly what these are. Here's what you need to know about these bonds. The China 1937 Government Republic Chinese $1,000 bond was issued during the tumultuous period of China's history, specifically during the Second War. These bonds were part of a large effort by the Republic of China to raise funds for military and government expenses. The bonds were printed by the American Banknote Company, ABNC, which was known for producing high-quality currency and bond notes. And they were. That's legitimate. Redemption status. To determine whether these bonds are redeemable, we need to consider several factors. So they are legitimate bonds, and they've not been redeemed, nor has the bond been canceled. And that's the information that people are using to sucker other people into paying for these bonds. Legal framework. The bonds were issued under specific terms that would dictate their redemption. Typically, government bonds have a maturity date and condition under which they can be redeemed. In this case, historic records indicate that many such bonds became problematic due to political instability and changes in government. After World War II and the subsequent Chinese Civil War, the People's Republic of China came into power in 1949. The new government did not recognize debts incurred by the previous National Government Republic of China. The lack of recognition has led to widespread uncertainty regarding the status of these bonds. Now, when it comes to the United States trade balance with China, it's out of whack. We owe them trillions of dollars. But why China isn't pitching a bigger fit to get that money redeemed is because they owe us for these bonds. Yes, the American government is holding on to trillions of dollars worth of these bonds. So since the new government that's installed right now refuses to recognize any debt obligation from the old government, that means they won't pay any bonds. No rail bonds, no service bonds, no bonds at all. You can't redeem them. Are we going to force China to redeem those bonds? Good luck. How are we going to be able to do that? So when a government like China just says, you know what, I don't care what happened under a government that controlled our nation prior to us, we don't recognize their debt. What do you do as a country? The bonds are legitimate. The bonds have not been canceled. They can be redeemed if China all of a sudden wakes up one morning and goes, you know what? All those trillions of dollars that we owe for the bonds, we're going to go ahead and pay them. What are the odds of that actually happening? So yes, a lot of scam artists out there can keep pushing these bonds. They are legitimate bonds, but they're not going to ever be redeemed. So now they have historical and collectible value, and that's as far as it goes. It says, as of now, many collectors and investors hold these bonds as collectibles rather than expecting them to be redeemed for their face value. There are markets where such historical bonds are bought and sold, but they typically do not carry any legal tender value or guarantee of redemption from any current government authority. Here's what the experts say. Financial experts and historians specializing in Chinese financial instruments often conclude that while these bonds may have historical significance and collectible value, they are generally not redeemable in practical sense today. So you see, they're saying generally not redeemable. So having said that, people always say, what do you think, Pimpy? Do you think they'll ever be redeemed? So let's just say you ran into an issue. You personally, you ran into an issue. So you say you're going to issue some bonds. And you're going to sell these bonds with 8% interest. They're redeemable in 5 years. And at that time, you could turn in your bond and you will pay the individual the face value plus 8%. Okay? Well, once the 10 years comes up and people are saying, hey, we want you to pay this debt. What if you could just simply say, I refuse to recognize the debt, therefore I'm not going to pay it. Now, would you go back and say those bonds are good and start paying them off, or will you just continue to move forward and ignore the debt altogether with no repercussions? Because that's what China did. So what is a recent development? There have been no recent legislative actions or announcements from either the Republic of China or Taiwan indicating any intention on honoring these owed debts. They just simply told everybody they're not going to honor it, and that was it. You can't force China to pay it. They're not going to pay it. This was back in 1949. How it's 2024. It's almost been 100 years and they still haven't paid the bonds. So are these bonds legit? Sure they are. Can they come with letters of authenticity? Yes, they can. This person still has the redemption clippings right here. This is awesome when you can get it like this. A full bond with the full clippings as a collectible. Look at this, $620. So each one of these is redeemable for $20. So here's some German 1924 external loan, 7% gold bonds. But like this person said, this item is listed for collectible purposes, not redeemable. Here is the currency you guys just saw. 10-piece Chinese 100 quintillion banknotes, yellow dragon, and phoenix paper money. Beautiful currency. Absolutely stunning. They were made just like a real banknote. Look how many zeros on that bad boy. They even have security features on these particular banknotes. Serial numbers, beautiful designs. Collectibles. So you can get a 10-piece for $24.67. Condition, 100% new and high quality. Tells you everything you need to know about these. Random serial numbers. Mint marked, yes. Country, China. Do you guys trust China? You know, the people that give us fake gold and fake silver and told us they don't want to redeem the bonds? So this is just another item that they're issuing for collectible purpose. It's not real. You can have China create all kinds of money for you if you want them to. 10 yellow dragon notes. Notice how it says read very carefully? There's a reason for that. Uncirculated. Comes from China. Ready? Here we go. Look at this. Item description from seller. Another wild claim is going around saying Yellow Dragon bonds and all other bonds such as Argo checks or 100 trillion ZIMs, etc. had to have been pre-authorized and registered years ago prior to taking them to the redemption center. This person's saying redemption center. This basically means anyone buying any of these notes on eBay are screwed, not just for people buying Yellow Dragons. Be aware that the individual making such statements are also selling one Yellow Dragon note for $2,000. Just pause and read this and you'll see it's the same old BS story that they're telling everybody. The RV, the GCR, when it's going to happen, all these notes are good. Redemption centers, those type of crap. Not all buyers have the same procedures, and I know for a fact that authentication for my bonds will happen right at my appointment. Several different groups, leaders, have confirmed to me that authentication happens at the appointment. The buyer I have decided to do business with have also confirmed that authentication happens at the closing of the table. Well, I showed you guys, those people will authenticate these bonds in banknotes as being legitimate because they are. But being redeemable is something different altogether. Disclaimer, by purchasing through me, you are taking a risk as with any other purchase online. I make no guarantee as to what these notes will yield. Yeah, they know they're full of shit. That's why. Furthermore, be advised that I have done my best to be as truthful and factual as possible. Yeah, I bet you have. But given the private nature of the RV and the GCR, the big question, I get a lot of this. Are these real? These notes are collector's items or novelty items. They are not real currency notes and only have numismatic value, collectible value. Then they go on to say, however, I firmly believe that these novelty items can be redeemable through the RV and GCR and only through redemption centers, not the bank. Oh man, this guy taking it to a whole other level. Look at this. They even go on to say, supposedly, Yellow Dragons are backed by ZIM, which is backed by the Chinese elders' gold. Oh, this person even put this shit on eBay, man. This is too much. So in here, they excuse themselves of nothing happened specifically. But it is their feeling that they're redeemable because of the dragon families. This is even on here, man. This is crazy. Some individuals might mistakenly take the Yellow Dragons to an exchange center for their appointment and find out that they can't redeem them there. And since the appointment can only be done one time, there is no do-overs. This is equally true for holders of the Argo checks, ZIMs, Pengos. To my knowledge, exchange centers are only handling actively traded currency notes like the Dong, the Dinar, the Rupiah, which are all trading on the Forex. Redemption centers, however, are handling the same currencies and numismatic historical assets such as Yellow Dragon. No, they're not. There's no redemption center, you guys. None whatsoever. Nobody can prove to you that there is a redemption center. So anyways, I'll leave the link so you can come here and read all this bullshit. Seriously, all of it. It's all the same bullshit that's been going on for years. But you can find it here on eBay. This person makes no guarantee and even tells you that these are collectible and novelty items. At least buy this one. This one's fancier. Look at this. Look at the little box it comes in with this paperwork right here. Now this is fancy. Look at this. 1,000-piece Chinese yellow dragon and phoenix. $100 quintillion banknotes. You can get this one for $500. Look at them. Sealed. Beautiful. Look at that. This is much better than other crap they're trying to hand you out there. So if you scroll on down, it says, these banknotes were not issued by the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. Only an arts and crafts decorative embellishment, no collection appreciation price. So this person is at least being honest. But look at that. Look at the design on this sucker, man. I'm sure you could probably pick this up cheaper than $4.99 somewhere. So it would be collectible for people who are into numismatic collections for banknotes. This is how they come. Really nice, wrapped in plastic. But you couldn't use them for anything. So if you go on eBay, you can see all of these fancy little, look at this. What is this? Wow. This one comes in fancy little holders. Look, you can get those train dollar, Zim dollars right here. Cool little collection. This one comes with the banknotes and a certificate of authenticity. Nice. Very fancy. Nice looking little sets, you could buy. Look at them. There's a whole box of them right there, you guys. Go ahead, spend all that great money on it. You can't redeem them. They're not redeemable. They're under arts and crafts. And there are people out there buying them like no tomorrow. So you just got to be careful about what kind of crap they're selling. These bonds are real. They can easily be authenticated, but there's no redemption value to them. These dollars right here, although they're absolutely stunning and beautiful and legit, there's no redemption value to them. It's for collectors only. Somebody sent me this from Nate Carter. And this is what they put on their post. Oh my God, make it look real excited. Let's get you guys hyped up. This might just be the thing we've all been waiting on. It might be the thing. And pay attention to the wording. What is the thing that you're waiting on? Why can't they be more specific? Why can't they say, hey, this is the redenomination or the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar we've all been waiting for? How come they don't say something along those lines? They also announced a 4-day celebratory event starting at the 8th of December through the 12th. Okay, so they announced it, and that's supposed to mean something. They're celebrating the redemption because they have to go to the redemption center. What does this mean? I don't know. You don't say what it means there, Nate. You just put, what does this mean? We may be going to the banks as of this week. Oh, there we go again. Look at this. We may be going to the banks. How many people keep posting this crap and you people keep falling for it? Don't fall for it. The Republic of Iraq, Council of Representatives, 5th electoral cycle. Okay. There's a session as of December the 8th. Reading verses from the Holy Quran. Good. I always encourage people to consult with God before doing anything. Voting on a proposed amendment to the Personal Status Law, number 188 of 1959, amended Articles 101 and 102, Legal Committee, Women, Family, and Childhood Committees. Voting on a proposed law regarding restoring confiscated properties to their rightful owners based on certain decisions. Okay. Voting on the Second Amendment for human rights. Voting on the National Intelligence Service draft. Voting on the First Amendment to the passport law. Presentation and discussion of the second reading of the draft law for the First Amendment. So that's telling you what they're voting on. Nothing in there says we're going to be voting on a redenomination, the deletion of the zeros, a revaluation, or a reinstatement. Every time these guys go into session, you hear, oh, this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. We're all going to be rich tomorrow. We might be going to the bank. This might be what we're waiting for. This might be how we're going to become millionaires. This might be. All this is the agenda of what they're going to be voting on here on the 12th. This has no significance, you guys. Nothing in here whatsoever leads to the idea that we might be going to the bank by the end of this week. This might be what we're waiting on. Because they're not very specific on what they're saying, this is what you're left with. I do like that little box with these dollars in there. They're very beautiful. They're legitimate banknotes with no redeemable qualities. Anyways, that's it for now. Just be very careful is what I'm trying to say in a smart-ass kind of way. But just be very careful because a lot of people have actually bought these bonds, have actually bought those Zim notes, and they're being told they're worth a ton of money. Only to collectors after you've had them graded, and I wouldn't say it's a ton of money, but it will get you a lot more than what you originally paid for. Anyways, that's it for now. Look forward to hearing from you. I'm out.